Hi, I'm the Hi-VisPsychologist. No, I'm not a real psychologist. It's just a moniker, a name, whatever. I'm here to give some information, some insight into something that I've had to deal with over the last 2.5 years. That came on very suddenly, and now I've had to deal with it every day ever since. Anxiety and depression. So I've had depression on and off throughout my life, that's not the point. But anxiety is a completely different beast. So, one night, about 2.5 years ago, I was very sick, I wasn't very well, and I began to throw up. And I'd never had anxiety before then. The jitters maybe, I've got a job interview, I'm afraid. But anxiety is different. It's not a fear, a little fear like I'm afraid to go to this job interview or anything like that. Anxiety is a deep, controlling entity. So what happened was I was very sick, and I ran out of my room suddenly to try and get to the toilet, to get anywhere near it, and started vomiting on the ground outside my house. During it, I had a panic attack while I was vomiting, and basically what it felt like was my airway was closing while vomiting, and then I began to panic because I couldn't breathe, and it felt like it was going on for, it felt like half an hour, but it was obviously only a minute or so. It was horrifying. And that was the beginning, just the beginning of my anxiety. That day ended, obviously, I went to bed, everything was fine, and then I was fine for weeks. I didn't think about it, didn't notice anything, didn't have any problems. And then I went out, it was the end of the year, work function, had a few drinks with the boys, had a good time. Then I went out for dinner, and was out on my way home. Friends were taking me home, and in the middle of the drive home, I started to get claustrophobic. I don't get claustrophobic, small areas don't necessarily bother me, but I was immediately claustrophobic for some reason. I don't even know why. And I'm like, can we pull over? I need to get some water. They obviously just thought I was very drunk, but it had nothing to do with it at that point. And so then I went to Servo, bought some water, spent a little while hiding in the toilet, pretending that I was sick. Ironic, I think. I was pretending that I was sick, so I couldn't admit that I was having an anxiety attack for no apparent reason. Strange. You would rather pretend that you are severely drunk than having a panic attack. It's stupid, really. As a tradie, we are told to do the job, go in, do the job, go home. And there's a stigma about being a tradesman and having no feelings of being strong and all that other bullshit. It's not true. We all have feelings, we all aren't in control of them. None of us are. Don't we all wish we were in control? Anyway, so over the last 2.5 years, I've had to train myself to deal with anxiety on a daily basis. But before that night, when I was throwing up and very sick and everything else, I hadn't had anxiety before that. That one time I had a mild case of an anxiety attack. has ruined me ever since. I've had thousands of them since. One big one, in fact, where I was in hospital for a while, and I drove myself to the hospital every day for a week at one point, because it just happened over and over and over. And then put on severe medication, then daily medication, and now no medication, 2.5 years later. And I've pushed it. And I probably shouldn't. I don't like taking medication, so I had to find ways around it. And this channel that I'm starting now is basically ways in which I have adjusted the things I've learnt going to many psychology appointments on how to deal with things. Podcasts I've listened to, books I've read about the situation and subject, and just general learning about anxiety and how to deal with it on a daily basis. Because I got really sick and tired of something else being in control of my life, and that's not fair. I don't like that. I like being in control. As if you knew anybody who knows me will tell you exactly that. But I learned a few things over the last 2.5 years. I still have to deal with anxiety on a daily basis. But remember, it's not that we have to deal with it, it's how we deal with it and how we go out on the other end. That's the basis of this channel. Now to give you a tip, and then next week I'll give you another one. So I've been sick a few times over the last 2.5 years, but I got very nasally and I couldn't breathe very well, which obviously caused really bad anxiety. Why did you say breathing is needed in being calm? But I bought this little doohickey, little tampon looking thing, Vicks inhaler, and I've basically lived by this now. I have one on me at all times. So using one of these, so it's it's real. I always have one nostril that just can't breathe out of. So using one of these clears the airways in the back, in the back of your nose, and in your throat, which clears all the airway and makes you obviously be able to breathe deeper. So being able to breathe deeply is one of the biggest things you have to learn to deal with anxiety, is learn how to breathe and maintain a breath. Because people say you can't forget how to breathe. Yes, you can. Your body will naturally make you breathe, but the idea of forgetting how to breathe can actually cause you to stop breathing. It's stupid, but I've done it. It's not fun. And then you spend a couple of hours just trying to breathe. So yeah, I suggest try this. I didn't find it on any kind of social media site or YouTube or anything like that. I just picked it up one day and went, this works for me. Maybe it'll work for somebody else. Try it. It clears your airways. It makes you feel like you're getting a deeper breath. Even if you're not, it does make you feel better. And that's what this is all about, is how to make you feel better when you're having anxiety. So enjoy. If you like this channel, or you like the content, like and subscribe, and then I'll make more videos. Cheers. Bye.